Today's episode, going to get stuck into some more body work. So in the last episode, we sprayed the cabin with the epoxy primer and that's all sealed up now and really happy with how that's turned out. So I'm now at the point of needing to get all these other panels stripped back and coated in epoxy primer. So I do plan on getting them ready and taking them to the sandblasters. So I've contacted them. So they're the same guys that have done the cabin. I just had a few concerns about blasting the doors and the outer guards just in case there's going to be any warpage, but they do have a process that they use to blast to stop any warpage. So they didn't really tell me too much what they do. Must be a bit of a trade secret, but yeah, they have reassured me that they've done plenty of panels and their way does not cause any warpage. So I trust them guys, so yeah, I'll get them basically taken around to them and they can blast them and coat it in the epoxy primer. Okay, so I've just removed all the panel clips out of these panels here. So I do have a panel clip kit to use once I fit everything back together. But yeah, all these panels seem to be in good condition. So these outer guards here, all of them are pretty good. There's no rust in there. Seems pretty straight. I will have to weld up this hole here. That's where the antenna used to be. So I won't be having an antenna, so I'll weld that up before I get it blasted. So I'll get that done. The radiator support here, that's in excellent condition as well. I might as well get that blasted and epoxied as well. But yeah, I won't need to do anything to that one. This nose cone, it's in pretty good condition. There is a little bit of rust sort of bubbling up underneath here. I'll get that blasted and see what it looks like, whether I need to do any repairs there. So I'll repair that once it comes back. But the rest of it is all pretty good. And then also these inner guards, they're in pretty good condition as well. There's a few little holes that I might weld up as well because they're not going to be needed. But apart from that, they're in pretty good condition. I'm still debating whether I try and fill in these as well and smooth off all that. I will be probably getting some billet bonnet hinges. So I know if you're going to run your standard bonnet hinges, that's where the spring sits in, so you can't fill that in. But if you are going to use the billet aftermarket ones, pretty sure you can fill them in. So yeah, I'm still a bit undecided whether I'll try and fill them in. Either way, I can do it after it comes back from the blaster anyways. Okay, so that hole is welded up. I've also welded up, there was a crack just here going through there, and there was like a bit of flex there, so that crack's now welded up. There's another crack just, if you can see that, just here as well, so I'll do the same. I'll weld up that crack. And then I'm at the point now of stripping these doors back. Okay, so I've just removed the old mirror. So yeah, just the old style mirror. I do have a couple of mirrors from Rare Spares. These are the GDS style sports mirrors. So I think they're gonna look a lot better than the old style. So yeah, I'll start stripping this back. I do have new door seals as well. I'll try and save this door card. Not sure whether I'm gonna try and reuse that or not, but I will try and save that. But yeah, I'll start stripping it back. So I've just got that first door stripped, and I've just got this second one sitting up here ready to strip out the internals. So I wasn't sure how to do it on the first door, so I thought I'd just do it on the first door and then sort of show you guys how I've done it on the second one. So I'll go through a bit of an explanation. Looking in there, it seems a little bit daunting. There's a bit going on, but sort of when you break it down, yeah, it's actually not too bad. So, okay, so with the door internals, there's sort of two components. There's the window winder mechanism, and there's the door lock and opener sort of mechanism as well. So there is a process to get out the window. So yeah, the first thing to do is undo the bolts to get the window mechanism out. So that'll be these bolts, that bolt there, I think, that one there and that one there, and then that window mechanism can come out. So first thing to do is just make sure the window is all the way up. So I now can start undoing these bolts. So okay, so that's the window winder mechanism. So that just comes out. Next thing will be just to remove the rails where the window slides through. So I think there is, so this bolt here is for the rail. So undo that one there. And then there's a screw just up here as well that holds the top of the rail in. There is two screws on this side where the other rail. Okay, so you can just pull the window down, slide that down like so, and then you can twist that out. Just pull the window out. Okay, so now the mechanism's out, the window's out, the rails are out. Can now take out the door opener and lock assembly. So there's a few rods that kind of link everything up. So if you just undo the rods, it's a bit hard to see in there, but you just undo the rods and then take them bolts out, and then you can take these screws out on the side, and then that mechanism comes out as a whole. Okay, so that's the latching mechanism. So there's a few rods that you know, go to the handle, the lock. So you just gotta make sure you sort of keep all that together for when it comes to assembly. You don't want to lose any of them little clips and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much the internals all out now. So I can just undo the hinges, door hinges. There's the seal for the outside of the window along here that needs to be removed. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. And also the door handle as well. So there's some bolts in there that you undo to remove the door handle. So when you do get everything removed, it's probably a good idea just to bag and tag up everything. So this is just all the internals from the left-hand side door, and I've just wrapped everything all up, just all together, labeled left-hand door. That way when it comes to assembly, it's a hell of a lot easier to put everything back together. Okay, so this door is stripped as well, and I think this one's a little bit worse than the other side. The other side seemed pretty good, but this side, yeah, there's a little bit of rust here. So there was a hole there, I sort of just poked it a bit, but it seems like that's hopefully the worst of it, but I'm not going to know until I get it back from the blaster. But yeah, if that's the worst of it, it'll just be a simple little patch there. So this upper door hinge mount as well, so all this is cracked, so I'm going to have to repair all this. So yeah, this was because of the hinges had worn and the door was drooping. So I think that's just put a lot of stress on this mount and cracked it all. So yeah, that'll need repairing. Yeah, everything else seems pretty good, hopefully. So yeah, I'm not gonna know until I get back from the blaster, but I am hoping that that is, yeah, only the repairs needed. Okay, so that is everything all prepped, ready to go to the sandblaster. So I'll load it all up, take it to the blasters, and hopefully it's only gonna be a couple of days. Okay, so with the bonnet, I'm not gonna take this to the blasters. I'll just use a paint stripper on this one. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna use this bonnet, or I was thinking of possibly getting a fiberglass bonnet with a reverse scoop already on the bonnet. The other option is I'll just use this one and get a reverse scoop, a fiberglass one, and then, you know, cut the hole in this one. But yeah, I have to have a think about that. Ideally, I don't really want a scoop, but because I've got the Torque Power high-rise dual, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have clearance issues, so I'll probably have to put a reverse scoop on it. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the panels from the sandblasters, I do have a few jobs I can go on with the cabin. So what I can do is start seam sealing up all these areas around here. Got the inside of the cab to seal up with the seam sealer also. So yeah, I'll basically start working my way around and seam sealing up everything. So I will be using this Sikaflex 527AT. So far this has been pretty good to work with. It applies easy, and it is designed for the automotive industry. So that's been a good product. Also, I've just got some high build primer from Hearts Paint in G-Bung. So this is the same company that I've used for the epoxy. So it's flow-right coatings. They're just basically relabeling their tins, I suppose. So you can just see that it's yeah, flow-right coatings. So I'm gonna stick with the same company, I suppose. So the epoxy's been pretty good. So I'll stick with the same company for the high build as well. So yeah, with the high build, what I'm gonna start doing is sanding everything back and getting it all ready for, yeah, probably about 2 or 3 coats of high build primer. There is some areas that I'll have to apply some body filler and just smooth off and sort of fine tune it, I guess, before I put the high build on. So in these areas, sort of in this corner section, there's few little areas I'm not happy with, so I'll apply some body filler and rub back. Hopefully I don't go through the epoxy, but I'll have to see. If I do rub through the epoxy, I'll just have to apply a slight layer of epoxy over the bare metal. So, but yeah, we'll see once I sort of rub that back a little bit. So yeah, I'll start going over a few of these areas with the body filler, just work my way around again. It is a little bit hard to see any of the imperfections when it is all in different color. So when it's in epoxy and you've got the body filler and then also bare metal, it's a little bit hard to see, but it's only really until you get it sprayed in the one color, it starts to show you the imperfections. So yeah, I'll get it all prepped up, ready for the high build. And then yeah, once these panels come back, I can start working on them. But yeah, probably not going to see these panels for a week, so we'll probably call it for this episode. And yeah, the next episode we'll start, you know, working on some of the other panels and getting everything sort of ready to start putting back onto the chassis. So I just want to give a shout out to the guys at NexGen Revamp. So they've got a YouTube channel similar to this one. They're doing builds, you know, on Australian muscle cars, some tonners. They got a Commodore that they're doing. So they dropped over the other day and came and checked out the tonner. They've done a bit of filming, so they've just put up a video of them checking out the tonner. So yeah, head over to their YouTube page to check out their videos. I'll put a link in the show notes below. They've got a couple of videos of building a tray. So if you look at that tray, I think I'm going to do something similar to the tray that they've built on their channel. So yeah, check out that video as well. They gave me a heap of photos as well of the build for the tray, so that's going to help me a lot when it comes time to building the tray. So yeah, shout out to NexGen Revamp. So yeah, head over to the Shenke Garage merch store as well if you want some merch. I'll put a link in the show notes as well below for the merch store. And then yeah, hit that like and subscribe button below if you haven't already. I am coming up to 3,000 subscribers, so it would definitely mean a lot if you could help me reach that milestone and hit that subscribe button. So yeah, we'll see you next time on Shenke Garage. Cheers.